Welcome to our Danos Group Pathway to Success video series. The series of interviews have been crafted to inspire and help you learn about your approach to your career. Today, I'm pleased to welcome Loredana Mavrodin, who is Head of Capital Provision Models at DLL Group in the Netherlands. So I've worked with Loredana for a number of years, and Loredana really is an inspiration in a space that's really struggling for female leaders.
Thanks, Peter.
You've obviously done this for a long time, and you've been very successful. Can you give me an overview of your career to date, just so that people have an idea, where you've come from and how you got to where you are now?
More than 15 years experience in the quantitative related field. My bachelor as well as my master degrees are linked with statistics and quantitative finance. My master degrees I've been doing it in the Netherlands, which at the University of Amsterdam, which I fully recommend. And my bachelor degree, I have done it in Romania, where I'm originally from. Further, I discovered actually quite early in my career my passion towards models, and I was driven towards first market risk and market risk valuation of derivatives, and then I moved into really modeling area for market risk, and then further into credit risk, covering, as you mentioned, capital models, so ARB, as well as provisions. Yeah, that's how I am. I arrive where I am now. I think one of also very, very good step for me was when working for ING had to put the basis of a team in Poland, where we also work quite closely with each other. And that in itself made me a lot aware of how important it is to set up the right steps when you hire, especially in our scarce market, and also in terms of career paths, what is important for people. And now in my current role within DLL, which DLL it's a smaller bank, but also has a benefit of because it's smaller, showing and being able to work much closer to the business and closer to the other teams within the bank. Also makes me very much aware of what do people want and how can we at best offer to them, because we need very good resources. We are fighting on a very competitive market, so we need to be at our best at all the times.
Just about quant risk space, there's a clear shortage of women. Why would you say this is the case?
I also recognize your point, and I think we're struggling a lot in my previous job as well to find and to see the balance and find both gender candidates. It's not a difficult job to be done by women. It's just all about the brain strength, and then we have equal men and women the same brain strength. And I do also think that in the future, and also luckily for me, also currently, it's not the case that it is polarized.
What sort of changes can be made at education level to encourage more women to enter, be it a risk profession or more specifically quant risk?
We are at the middle of the combination between mathematical skills, links with statistics and programming, and also writing. I have to emphasize that because in our job we do a lot of writing, and it's quite important that to do it at a highly professional level. So people which explore in their university year and they like to code. So I have, for example, a talented junior, and she says yeah, my passion is to code. I like to code. I have within the team a more seasoned career person, which she also says, yeah, if I can choose my time between going in the city and have a party for King's Day or coding, I will be choosing coding. So people which they have this type of passion, like women and men, I think they would be good fit for our team. And I would just encourage women to just really pursue with it. And then if they find their talent into like statistics and coding, don't give up, just like go for it, because there is a lot of plain opportunity. And I'm happy now with our job being a hot job on the market, because that gives them opportunity.
Would you say that there's enough being done in the risk profession to make it less rigid and more inclusive?
It's on the top of mind of a lot of senior leaders. I'm very much believer in constructive feedback, but also direct feedback, because a lot of time people go into they put some frames around it and they don't communicate maybe that straightforward with each other, and because of that it's also rigid, I think, in my opinion. So feedback and constructive feedback, it's one thing. Being quite authentic around it. I would try not to be a different person at work that I'm at home. Just like laugh, have fun, be relaxed about it, even if the topics are heavy, because that helps people to just feel at home. In the end, we spend so much hours, like I work like maybe 10 hours a day. We spend so much time with the co-workers. It's really nice to be at ease and not to feel like it's not a place that you want to be in order to enjoy. You are in a place you want to be if you want to be serious. Another thing which I think helps people a lot, it's that to set up the, let's say, the frame around what we need to do, but give a lot of freedom in how to do it. So for example, when we have to redevelop a new model, there is so much brain power in my team that it will be impossible for me to have the brain power of 5 people because I'm just one. And also I've been finishing school a few years ago. Some of them, they have been finishing much recently. They know new techniques. So it will be, if I will try to kind of say like, no, we are doing it like this because I know the way, and not having the input and making it very much a team involvement and a team contribution, I will cut out that energy. And then they again will be feeling either rigid or feeling that they are not contributing enough, because that's the whole beauty of this work, is that it evolves with itself and the methodologies are changing, and then people should have the space to contribute it and bring the best the best of its themselves.
My final question, just to wrap up. So, what's your top tip for anyone, starting out your careers, and they're thinking, 8 to 10 years down the line? What would be your top tip to enable them to, progress into a senior management role in risk management?
Be curious and explore like what you want to do. It's very important for every person to get to do the things that they like to do, and also that can change with time. So for example, for me it changed, like it started with derivatives and then it went into like modeling part. So keep that mind in and be curious and explore and take your career journey with that. And what I mean with don't let yourself being talked down is that a lot of times it can happen that you start your career, you're at the beginning, people might tell things like, okay, you're not knowing that or that, but that's not an issue. Like, you always can learn. So keep yourself into the mind that, okay, I'm curious, I'm here to learn, and in any step in the career, it's fine to be explorative, and it's fine not to know everything, even at the level of like senior management. Even then, there are things that we need to learn. So that would be the top advice.
Thank you very much, Loredana. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today, and hope to catch up with you again soon.
Thanks very much for this opportunity, Peter, and talk to you soon.
No worries. Thank you.